Good evening, everyone. Distinguished guests, could you please make some commotion for the newlyweds?
Fly, she wanna go. Take me to Jupiter and show me the home. We're moving fast.
A very good evening to you all. What a wonderful occasion this is in this spectacularly beautiful place. It's an absolute privilege to be here celebrating this event with friends and family, made even more poignant by the weight of so much uncertainty we've all experienced over the last 2 years. My name is Craig McLennigan, and I'll be guiding you through this evening's formalities, which I'm sure will be an evening to remember. Contrary to popular belief, my surname is Irish, not Scottish. And I'm excited to say that this is my first Scottish wedding. So to what reliable reference source does one look for inspiration? Saint Google, of course. To say I've been shocked by what I've found is the biggest understatement since Jay-Z said, "I'm not good with biggity numbers." So in the spirit of research generosity, I'm going to share some surprising findings in the form of a little quiz based on a few of the frequently asked questions that popped up automatically when I typed in Scottish weddings. And I'll ask you to put your hands up whether you think the answer is a yes or a no. I promise you I did not make this up. So, question number 1. In Scotland, can you marry your niece? The good news, maybe not for all of you, is that under Scots law, one may not marry one's ancestor, descendant, sibling, aunt, uncle, nephew, or niece. There is, however, no mention of cousins, so that might make some of you happier. Question number 2. Can you get married to yourself? Hands up for a yes. Sure, I'm glad I'm Irish. Sologamy, or self-marriage, is a symbolic ceremony where you can commit to maintaining a meaningful, deep, and loving relationship with yourself. So the answer is yes. Question number 3. Can 3 people get married to one another? I mentioned Jacob earlier, but this is slightly different. It's to each other, not 1 to 2 or 2 to 1. Yes? No? The short answer is yes. The final question, can I marry my dog? I won't lie, this one worried me the most, because I've seen how Seoras looks at Kato from time to time. The good news, again, I hope, is that you cannot marry your dog unless you live in India. Interestingly, also the birthplace of Downward Dog, #just saying. Here endeth part 1 of the great Scottish wedding education. Before we go any further, this is actually not a wedding, it's a raffle. One shiny gold bag, claimed by the bride. The other, a set of keys, Toyota. You don't have to come up now, I just know that I've got them. I just do need to go through a little bit of housekeeping, house rules with you. So just bear with me for a second if you don't mind. We have an open bar tonight. There is, however, a limit, and shooters will only be served around about 10. Please make sure your mobile phones are switched to silent now. The only call you're entitled to take in the next hour or so is that from nature, which brings me to the point about toilets, which are situated over there, male and female. If you need more help than that, you really shouldn't be out at all. This is a non-smoking venue, so if you do need us all outside, please, one time. When you get onto the dance floor later on this evening, you're kindly requested to please leave your drinks behind to avoid any accidents and injuries. You don't see Sai doing Gangnam Style with an absinthe bottle strapped to his forehead. If you haven't already found it, the gift table is just outside the door that you came in from, in the courtyard veranda. You will have seen the hashtag VNS Better Together. Please use it for social media, for posting photographs. Please make use of the shuttle service later on. The last one is at 12:30. Thanks to Eskom, there will be load shedding from 8 until 10:30. They don't spare weddings. So the lights and the music will go down just for a minute while the generator kicks in. So just be patient. The party will come back. On the table to my right, just underneath that big illuminated umbrella, are a couple of Polaroid cameras. Please pick them up and take photographs of the event, not to replicate the photographs that the professionals are taking, but take selfies, take funny shots, dance floor shots. It's very often seeing through the eyes of your guests is a brilliant way for the bride and groom to remember their wedding. And lastly, please do not remove anything from the venue. Decorations, vases, plasma screens, refrigerators. Looting is so 2021. I promise, I'm nearly done. As you will have noticed, our wonderful Providence waiters have already served champagne. Please keep some for the toasts. Don't just dive straight in. We'll soon be launching into the speeches, after which we'll have a plated dinner and followed by a dessert buffet. After dinner, part 2 of the great Scottish wedding education will take place on the dance floor for those who need it, with the Gay Gordons in particular. For those of you who do know this wonderful traditional Scottish number, please get involved as soon as you hear the music start and get onto the dance floor. There'll be a few other special dances, and then the dance floor will be opened up to your full and unreserved attention. So, to crack straight into the speeches. Once upon a time, in 2016, something happened that rocked Seoras' world. It could easily be considered one of the most significant of his life events, a true milestone. This beautiful thing happened. Seoras fell head over heels in love. Yes, Cato was born. And no prouder father has ever walked this earth. Perhaps except until tonight. So leaving puppy love behind, here to talk about Seoras' true love, looking breathtakingly beautiful this evening, please give a warm welcome to the father of the bride, Mr. Martin Pilcher.
Well, good evening, everyone, and a very warm welcome to you all. It's so nice to have such a full room, and I'm sure you're all going to enjoy celebrating the evening. Jill and I are such proud parents today as we celebrate the wedding of our special daughter, Vicky to Seoras. I must make mention of Ian and Lucy and all the Graham family, resplendent in their colourful kilts. It is wonderful to experience the Scottish influence here today. Thank you all for supporting your clan and making this such a memorable occasion. The past 2 years have been a difficult time for all of us, with so many uncertainties surrounding COVID-19, including doubts as to whether we would be able to have the wedding or not. But the wait is over, so let's celebrate today. So what about Victoria? Vicky, Vix. First of all, my darling daughter, you're looking absolutely stunning. Seeing you as such a radiant bride gives us enormous joy. As a father, it is not easy to give your daughter away, but knowing that Vicky has chosen well and will be marrying someone she loves dearly certainly makes the task that much easier. Vicky is a precious only child, and I remember well the first day we left her at Rodin in her oversized uniform and large hat. I'm not sure who felt more forlorn, her or us. Anyway, they followed a happy career at school where she surprised us, where she excelled, even achieving an A in Afrikaans in matric, which completely surprised us. After some indecision, there ensued 3 years at Wits doing architecture, followed by a number of years in that field. However, poring over numerous computer drawings didn't exactly excite her, so after a couple of years, she expressed a desire to do a full-time photographic course. More bucks for Dad. Photography is her first love, and with the help of her father's equipment, that's mine, she has really excelled in this field and become truly proficient. After completing a photographic diploma, we hoped she would soon start earning her keep. But alas, she threw a curveball at us and said she wanted to do a gap year. What followed was a 6 to 8 month stint as a ship's photographer on a big cruise ship in the Caribbean. Actually, it wasn't a bed of roses and was hard work with exceptionally long hours. There were several photographers on board, and each day they turned out hundreds of photographs which they hoped would be bought by the passengers. These photographs were displayed on boards, but each photo had to have a security tag affixed to the back to ensure passengers didn't take their photos without paying. Sounds familiar. Photographing overweight Americans all day wasn't her idea of fun. Although she was able to see another part of the world, all a very good life experience though. So finally now was the time to get serious and earn some money. Soon after her gap year, she joined an engineering company specializing in industrial logistics, where she has been for 10 years and is now a senior member of their team. So what is Vicky the person like? She's highly organized, very efficient, whether at work or home. Vicky has almost single-handedly managed all the issues relating to this wedding. She's very helpful, especially when it comes to sorting out cell phone, computer, photographic problems for us oldies. She's active in social media and very public-spirited, and is not shy to tweet poor service or delivery. An example of this happened some years ago when we stopped for petrol at a Total service station in Hazyview on our way to the Kruger Park. She visited the toilets and was horrified at the state of the restrooms. Naturally, she photographed the evidence and proceeded to tweet Total. She pointed out this was the gateway to South Africa's most popular tourist attraction, drawing people from all over the world, and it just wasn't acceptable. Apologies and excuses flowed in from the local operation, but it was Total France that clearly weren't impressed with the state of this important outlet. Some months passed, and when next we went that way, we noticed that the service station was having a major revamp and makeover, which I've no doubt was triggered by Vicky. She's also become a very keen gardener and has turned her small garden area into a beautiful oasis. When she was looking for a suitable place to buy, she found a cluster house which she believed had lots of potential. I remember seeing it for the first time and basically walked out considering the property unsuitable. It took a lot of persuasion to convince us, as the overgrown garden was an absolute disaster, with a broken jacuzzi, fake concrete, etc. Well, if you could see it today, you wouldn't believe the transformation. With lots of hard work, it has become a little oasis. The succulents in front of you, those rock roses, a lot of them come from her garden, and which is very good. Travel was always in her DNA, and Vicky has enjoyed many family holidays around the world, from Australia to Disney, USA, Europe, and the Far East. And she has many beautiful photographic memories to show for these trips. But one thing you must understand, Seoras, is that Vicky doesn't travel light. On a Kon-Tiki trip in Europe some years ago, she arrived as usual with luggage bursting at the seams. There was a limit of 20 kilograms per person, and they proceeded to weigh their cases on the first morning. Luckily for her, she was able to offload on a sympathetic fellow traveler. We are very proud of you, Vicky, and what you have achieved. You have blossomed into a beautiful, confident, successful, happy, and caring person. You're a wonderful daughter, and I want to thank you for all the years of joy that you've given us. Of course, we don't count the first 2 years because there was nothing joyful about changing your nappies. I can't finish my speech without mentioning Seoras. Such a difficult name to spell. From the time Seoras and Vicky met some 6 years ago, we've come to know him as a very likable, popular, and enthusiastic young man. To say he's a sports fanatic is a bit of an understatement. Vicky's sporting prowess has improved hugely since meeting Seoras. She attends fitness classes and has started to run. Never had any interest in this before. And she supports Seoras in his various sporting activities, including the doozy a few weeks ago. We have waited a long time for this day. I know there were a lot of subtle hints and some maybe not so subtle given to you, Seoras, from all sides. So we are pleased that you finally took the plunge. I know you won't be disappointed, and you have chosen a fantastic wife. Look after her. She's very special. We welcome you into our family, and remember, never laugh at your wife's choices. You're one of them. We are all aware of the ups and downs of marriage, and I remember my father's advice to me and Jill and I when we were married: never go to sleep with an argument unsettled. Wise words, and something we should all live by. I wish for you both to keep your humor in the bad times and to remember to express appreciation in the good times, but above everything, to love each other through it all, so that you are forever happy as you are today. Can you all please raise your glasses? Drink a toast. To Vicky and Seoras.
Sorry, guys. We're going to crack on straight away onto the next speech. As long as the speaker is here, he's here. There's always a mistress. Sorry, Seoras. Sorry, Vicky. But a strong marriage must be built on a foundation of truth and principle. That's what Alistair said. He was right. So it would be wholly inappropriate for me not to mention a certain mysterious 71-year-old mistress this evening. She could easily be described as charming and seductive by one, and simultaneously volatile, ruthless, and terrible by another. Her apoplectic meandering masks a hypnotic trickery that has long held influence over Seoras' defenseless naivete. For he has not only succumbed to her wicked fluvial ways, but also reciprocated as a shocking flirt. He has shamelessly recruited, in fact lured, one by one new victims into her seductive web. Friends, family, his own mother, and even the beloved Victoria they've all fallen. Yet, hope remains where company is true. There is one who has evaded Seoras' relentlessly unrelenting recruitment campaign and survived to tell the tale of Seoras' cruel mistress, the doozy. So give it up for the brother, survivor, artful dodger, Mr. Duncan Graham.
There's no place for my whiskey here. There's a big problem. Yeah, so anyway, very special event to speak as best man for Shori. But to be honest, Vix made the task very difficult by walking down the aisle like that. Shori and me stood no chance, to be honest. But seriously, what a special day. And Vix, you looked absolutely beautiful. That was to be... But to be honest, that was expected. More about Vix later, but basically, I think you're a complete rock star. And I have a little comment to Martin and Jill for bringing up such a special and beautiful daughter. Also well supported by the bridesmaids, Isla, who did a fantastic job, Trixie Bell, and Louise. So what a privilege it is to speaking as the best man at my brother's wedding. But to be honest, the process was not really straightforward. The competition was really tough. And even the last few who made it to the groomsmen stage, well, they displayed exceptional skills right to the end. From Viwe, who almost won the highly esteemed TV show Survivor. On a personal note, Viwe, I apologize. It's very hard coming second twice. And to Jacques, who represents the most evolved form of a male specimen. And a somewhat global explorer. But to be honest, as shown yesterday, a little bit slower over the last 100 meters these days. And Liam, the serial entrepreneur, and the holder of the Bending Cranks Arm time trial, which, to be honest, if you do not know what I'm talking about, I don't blame you, but it's something that Liam holds very proudly. And Andrew, of course, individually, pretty much saving the planet. And might I say, quite the esteemed endurance athlete, well accomplished. As you can see, Seoras has assembled quite the esteemed group of gentlemen. And this really speaks to who Seoras is. Even just before I got the final nod of being the best man, things were a little bit shaky. As not so long ago, actually, just in December, in classic Shori style, after a couple of awkward dinners with family and friends, where people kept on asking me about my best man responsibility, to which I responded by changing the topic, generally speaking about the weather and the cricket score. To be honest, we weren't even playing cricket. I eventually built up the courage after a long walk with Shori on the beach. And I asked Shori, so listen, Brew, who is your best man? To which he instantly replied, you are. I was seemingly the last person who had to come across this, what I thought, important piece of information. But I guess with Shori, this is just semantics. Obviously, I was pretty excited about this piece of information, and we embraced in a brotherly hug. I still had to ask, though, "So Shori, when were you planning on telling me this piece of information?" To which he replied with a straight face, he wasn't. He said, "It's just obvious." Anyway, so Shori has his own way of doing things. And to the lesser experienced, Shori's way may seem, well, chaotic. Or dare I say, just a little disorganized. But for those who do not fully appreciate, Seoras has quite a lot going on at one time. As we speak, he is not just participating in, but actively recruiting or captaining in golf, tennis, running, paddling, and rowing. And if I were to say that there's a flat piece of grass outside with a lonely rugby ball, well, I guess you all know where I'm going with this. Shori just has this gravitational enthusiasm to draw people into him, to do activities with him, and to always add richness to their lives. And a couple of people here can attest to being a part of some club or activity that Shori has created. A testament to how well Shori has adapted to this perfect routine of living life to the fullest was displayed at his bachelor's party. To where, to be honest, it was just a relatively normal Saturday in the life of Shori. We started off with a little bit of golf, sprinkled with a bit of paddling, followed by some touch rugby, and of course the braai. And it was a bachelor's party, so maybe a couple of beers. It was a sight to see. Even the strongest among us, 16 strapping young lads, were falling at the feet of Shori. He just stood there strong. We even had to call in the night watchman, Clint, as reinforcements. And those who know Clint know you do not bring that man out unless with real due course. No names mentioned, but one particular individual who almost won a TV show Survivor was found even hiding in a dollhouse. He was hiding in the dollhouse to save himself from the relentless and tireless Seoras Graham. So my journey with my brother has been a fantastic one. Sport has been one of the best ways I've enjoyed experiencing life with Shori. This might be because we are, of course, men and born with the inept ability to communicate properly, especially at some deeper level of affection. Therefore, sport has been the appropriate channel for me and Seoras to display our appreciation for each other. A closer observer may have heard gestures like, "What a boykie," which can be understood as, "Seoras, you did really well." Or "Come on, but," which can be appreciated as, "Shori, you can do better." And I'm sure one which Vicky can really appreciate is, "Shori, you're looking buff, bro." Which translates to, "Shori, you're looking very good." Not all brothers can have such a special relationship, and I do not take it for granted. We have always had a special relationship. Well, apart from at the age of 6, on a dark day when I felt vindictive for some particular reason, when I decided it was a good idea to aggressively dismantle Seoras' prized Lego ship. From that, of all the bad moments, that's the only time he has never been able to forgive me. The recent disappointment of not being able to undertake the doozy race with Shori was because the reasons of the dreaded COVID was a real letdown. Not in particular because it was a missed race or event, but more the disappointment of a missed opportunity of being in the thick of it with Shori. I love racing with my brother, no matter what the sport. There's no one else I would want to have in the heat of the moment, fighting to the cutting, dying edge of a race. Sean can attest to this. Fighting VLC over the last 250 meters. There's nothing like having Seoras knowing he's got your back in the race. And a big victory. The doozy, as with any event, is more actually about the participation, or shall I say the journey, than the destination. I do not have any regrets of missing out the doozy, because we spent such a lot of time just training together, having special moments, just having a coffee or training at. Seoras trying to convince me that the best part was running with a boat on my shoulder. But anyway, it was a very special moment just to train with my brother before he gets married to the beautiful Vicky. It's the in-between moments that make a big event special. And my message to Shori is to never underestimate the value of the journey and to always make efforts to see the humor or the significance in the situation. To Shori and Vicky, what an amazing pairing. Even in the early days when the embers of your relationship were starting, Shori was just a little bit different. He had so much admiration and caring for Vicky. His daily routine even changed, and he started talking about photography and you cook. And Vicky, again, if I haven't already said it, I just think is a complete rock star. Just seemed to embrace my brother and all his enthusiasm for life and the chaos that came with it. Shori and Vix just complement each other like no one else could have planned. And in my view, it is because they seek each other and they really appreciate one another. To Vix, I could not imagine a more amazing person to partner with my brother. And for personal interests, I could not be prouder to be able to call you my sister. And to Shori, thanks for always being my big brother and being enthusiastic about my endeavors, even when they don't make sense. Okay, on that note, I ask you to please be upstanding and raise a glass to the special newlyweds.
I think that speech deserves one more hearty round of applause. So once I'd started Googling, there really was no stopping me. And I turned my attention to another equally scientific source, the zodiac, of course. You know, how to find out stuff like when Jupiter's crab has its claw in the fourth moon of Uranus, etc. I found out their birth dates, star signs, Libra and Aries, by the way. Looked for significant numbers, dates, connections, meanings, you name it, I searched. A couple of frequently asked questions would have been super helpful this time around, but the only stuff I've discovered was that Seoras means George, is a Libra, and shares a birthday with Adolf Hitler. Marie Antoinette lost her head on the same day as Vicky's date of birth. Seoras is a rat, and Vicky is a tiger. Hope soared when I read that Libra and Aries are a steamy match, only to be dashed when it went on to say that Libra, Seoras, moves in quickly. And just like that, all my faith in horoscopes, the zodiac, and this day in history was smashed. My research armory has finally failed. Here endeth the search. Because it brings no comfort to the simple fact that we have all been waiting for quite some time with these questions. When? Why? Why not? Why not yet? We've been waiting, Guy and Lady Guy. Because for such an accomplished sportsman, where speed is victory, and victory is everything, particularly since Victoria means victory, and in this case, the ultimate victory. Like, what's up, man? I mean, it sure looked like first love, love at first sight, at the Hog's Head a few years ago. And that's when it dawned on me. The signs were there all along. The answer lies in stealth, in determination, in patience, in elite high performance. It began at the Hog's Head in 2016 on Saturday, March the 12th. You sneaky little devils, today is your 6th anniversary. So bravo, just keeping your stride all along. It's been worth the wait. So ladies and gentlemen, please make some proper commotion for the man of the day, Mr. Seoras Graham.
You guys could have done a lot worse jobs and made my life a lot easier. But I just want to say it's been an amazing day so far. It's just so amazing to have like such close friends and family all here supporting us, you know, on this next step. And I just hope that we can capture it in, savor it, Vix. And yeah, it's just so great to have all your support here. So I just want to start there. And just mention, actually, Vix, we've got some very big feet to fill. Because our parents have been married for 41 years, both of them. And yeah, we've got to work that out for us. So we, in trying to find a wedding venue, it was quite tricky actually, because we looked high and wide, and to be quite honest with you, nothing quite excited us. And we wanted something really exciting, something that we could really celebrate with our friends and those closest to us. And Providence really suddenly, when we came here, we were just ecstatic, you know, with the fact that we could all be here and being in the Midlands. I mean, obviously it was a bit of a mission coming down here for everybody, but I just want to thank the Macomb Flam family, because they've just done so well, you know, and just made us feel so welcome, and the venue's just been fantastic. So I just want to So we've obviously got a Scottish theme going on, if you haven't noticed. And thanks for everybody embracing it. We're going to do some gay Gordons a bit later, and I'm really looking forward to all those people, because you've all practiced so hard, right? So we're going to give it a good go. And I just want to clear up one thing, right? With this whole underpants thing, no underpants. So, yes, I am proudly Scottish. I'm also proudly South African, all right? And a very important dance for South Africans is Impy. Now, and bearing in mind, I'm also very newly married. So my dignity at this point is quite important to me. So hopefully that answers the question why I'm actually going to be wearing underpants. And I'm not going to leave my tackle jingling around. Obviously, being in the Midlands is it's very everybody's travelled, right? So, and I just want to start off by thanking everybody because you've all made the trip here, but there are obviously people who've travelled a lot further. So I want to start off with thanking those people from overseas who've come through. Carl and Hannah, Alexia, also all from the UK. Then we've got Matt and Carolina from the Netherlands. We've got a whole lot of people from Cape Town. Sean, aka, okay, Jill and Hans, Wendy and Melissa, Matt and Colleen, Grant and Gail, and Adrian, Jenny, and Michaela. So thanks, guys, all for coming. There's also some people, unfortunately, because of not being healthy, being a bit sick, who can't join us, and can't make it here. Some very dear people to us. And I just want to mention them: Barry Pavey, very, very close to us. Trevor and Ron, also our neighbor, Jeff, and then also my granny that wouldn't really be able to make the trip. Then we've also had Tina and Jess, who are pregnant and would love to have been here, but they couldn't. So Alistair did an amazing ceremony. And he's not here with us tonight, but I just wanted to just extend my thanks to him. He's been very important to the family. He handled my grandpa's memorial service impeccably well. He's just a very soothing personality, you know. He actually presides over our family church, St. Columbus. So, and it was a very difficult time for him to get here, but I felt very strongly on my heart that I wanted him to be here, just because he's just come from a sabbatical, so leave was very difficult. But I just, if we could just give a little hand of applause, because he was such. And then just a shout out for a couple of friendship groups. We'll start off with the elite high performance team, of which I'm the captain. I just want to say thanks, guys, for such great memories. We've had such great adventures together, and the last couple of years we've been there's not been much high performance. It's been more of a baby-making machine, to be quite honest with you. but on that token, Mr. MC, my man. No, he's Craig. He really just improves with time, like a good Scotch. And he's also a fantastic architect. So if you're looking for one, and Warwick will attest to him, he's a, as my mum will say, very good heritage architect. Thanks, buddy. Thanks. Okay, then the interesting one. Thank you to the Wild Boys. No, they're really good, crazy bunch of friends who I think when Martin and Jill heard I was a part of them, were a bit bemused, a bit concerned, but thanks for the banter and the good times, guys. And I look forward to many, many good banter, hopefully appropriate in the future. Okay, and then we're very blessed to have very closely knit families. And it's amazing how all our families from both sides, from Vic's and mine, have come to support us on our day. And it's just amazing. You know, we've got so many all over the country, and it's quite unique actually that we're all together. So, and I know it means a lot for the families to be together. So thank you for your support, guys. It's greatly appreciated. Okay. So our parents on both sides, and I say, when I speak about our parents, I speak definitely on behalf of both of us, because I know Vix wants to thank her parents immensely too. And we wouldn't have been able to have this wedding without them. From an emotional side, from a financial side, definitely not. Okay. So starting off with Martin and Jill, thank you for all the support you've given us, particularly Vix, over the last couple of weeks and generally. You're a very closely knit family, so I just want to thank you for including me as part of that unit, And then thank you for the way you've brought up Vix to be the lady she is and to be the woman I love so much. My parents, they are always behind me, 100%. They are the man who I am today, for better and for worse. But to give you a little idea of the relationship I have with my parents, in the lockdown, I started the lockdown living with my parents. Age 35, very happy. Playing tennis in the back in the afternoons with my dad. Very happy. So that's the type of relationship we have. Just great. And then, and just thank you for all your efforts last night as well. And I just want to say I love you. Okay. And then thank you to my groomsmen. I've said it before, you're my right-hand men. You're my right-hand man coming into this occasion. You're my right-hand man going forward. You guys organized the most amazing bachelors. Thanks for everybody who came through to it. It was everything I could have wished for. It was sort of golf, birdie stroke one, went on to paddling, didn't fall out the boat. Touch rugby. Probably my highlight was scoring a hat trick against Jacques, also known as Big Jackson. and then finished off with some beer pong, and then probably 10 shots or maybe more. It was such a great success. I think we should make it an annual one. Except the 10 shots. Okay. A special word must go to my best man. A brother's love is a special one. A love which you know exactly how to infuriate one another like no other. But it's also a deep, deep love. And it was actually shown to me in The Bachelor. So I was strong. As Dunk said, I wore the guys out one by one. Some were even hiding in cupboards. I knew I was in trouble when Clint arrived at 10, though, with his eyes all glossy and ready to go. I knew I'd missed my match, but what was amazing is that actually the photographs came off The Bachelors, and And okay, I wasn't in a great state by the end, I'll be honest with you. But I was sitting there, and then by my side, who was by my side? My brother. Last man there. Yeah. Yeah. Dunks has always shown such appreciation for, Dunks and Jan have shown such appreciation for me and Vix. And such, they've really just enjoyed our relationship and celebrated with us so much, you know. So, I just want to thank you. Thank you for the way you've just embraced us and celebrated us. It's been amazing. And Dunks, like I've loved doing all the races, like you say. I know nobody goes harder than my brother when in a double. Got a couple 100 meters to go. Wouldn't want to have anybody else in the boat to go for home, Sean. Yeah, so, you know, and we were planning to do the doozy this year, and it wasn't meant to be, as fate would have it. I was looking forward to it, but, you know, the thing is, what Vix taught me, she says, you've got to leave something for next time. So, yeah, I'm going to look forward to doing the doozy one day with you, Metigs. Okay, then, Vix, I just want to say how lovely you look today, my love. Vix and I initially met through a couple of friends. Jono and Kath were claiming it was them. It was also Murray and Mandy, so don't claim all the credit there. But yeah, so the first time I saw Vix, let's just put it this way, I liked what I saw. And I actually remember saying to Andrew, I said, I don't know if Andrew remembers, I was like, you know, that Vix, something about it, you know. So anyway, we first got romantic at Jono and Cass' bachelors and bachelorette. That's when we first got romantic. But when I say romantic, I've lost my trip. No, we can. Okay. I've always said that. Calm down. Okay. So I've always said that. I've always actually been proud that I'm a rower, and rowers don't buckle easy. But as I got to know Vix, I realized how special she was, and this really started to change. I realized how much great things we have in common, love. Traveling, we really enjoy our travels. Had some wonderful trips together to Bali, to Germany. We've had Cape Town, Dalstrom, Drakensberg, many trips to Durban. And we share some real common interests in adventuring and experiencing new things. And as we've got to know each other, we've understood our weaknesses and strengths, and I think we've complemented each other. I think you've realized a lot of weaknesses. So, so, um, so, so and we both have a deep love for dogs, as Craig highlighted. And I must add that Kato sends his apologies this evening. And we also have got a very, I wouldn't say love, but we've got appreciation for Country Club, actually. Yeah, so we had some, and I really think during the lockdown, it was a tough time, and we obviously had to live in a very confined space, and I really think that strengthened us, for the long term. And then definitely the doozies. I mean, the doozies. No, but Vix has really been. She's been my greatest supporter, particularly in the doozies. She's been my second, and it's been a privilege having you by my side, love. So I really have loved the last 5 years together, love, and I'm looking forward to the next how many years. So, and I think we're going to have the most wonderful time with the support of our family and our friends here tonight, and of course God. So, I love you, my love.
Say goodbye. Got your ticket, got your suitcase, got your leaving smile. Oh, I could say that's the way it goes, and I could pretend that you won't know that I was lying. 'Cause I can't stop loving you. No, I can't stop loving you. No,
when you're looking to the sky. Some people would say to accept defeat. Well, if this is fate, then we'll find a way to cheat. 'Cause we'll say a little prayer. That if the answer isn't fair, you know you can call on me when you need somebody. When you can't stop the tears from falling down. So you can call on me, darling. You can't stop the tears from falling down.
You're the one that I've been waiting for. Gotta quit this crying. Nobody's gonna heal me if I don't open the door. Kinda hard to believe. Gotta have faith in me. Freak out, freak out, freak out, freak out. Look at me. Get down, get down, get down, get down. Look at me. Freak out, freak out, freak out, freak out. Look at me now. 'Cause all I ever wanted was love. All I ever wanted was love. I want just to be loved, I want just to be loved, Now it's time to free me from the shame. I gotta find that peace. Is it too late or could this love protect me from the pain? I would battle for you, even if I break it too. Freak out, freak out, freak out, freak out. Look at me. Get down, get down, get down, get down. Look at me. Freak out, freak out, freak out, freak out. Look at me now. 'Cause all I ever wanted was love. All I ever wanted was love. I want just to be loved, loved. I want just to be loved, I don't need a reason. Not sorry, I want your stupid love. I don't need a reason. Not sorry, I want your stupid love. Higher, higher. I want just to be loved,
Oh, don't you dare look back, just keep your eyes on me. I said you're holding back. She said shut up and dance with me. This woman is my destiny. She said ooh, shut up and dance with me. We were victims of the night, the chemical, physical kryptonite. Helpless to the base and the fading light. Oh, we were bound to get together, bound to get together. She took my arm, I don't know how it happened. We took the floor and she said, oh, don't you dare look back, just keep your eyes on me. I said you're holding back. She said shut up and dance with me. This woman is my destiny. She said ooh, shut up and dance with me. A backless dress and some beat up sleeves. My discotheque, Juliet, teenage dream. I felt it in my chest as she looked at me.
So if we can form a circle around the dance floor, in couples, please. Men on the inside, on the left, and ladies on the outside.
Feeling so fine, so what to do? Still falling for you, still falling for you. It took us a while, with every breath a new day, with love on the line. We've had our share of mistakes.
Okay, all those who are not married, if you could leave the dance floor, please.
Still falling for you, still falling for you. And just like that, all I breathe, all I feel, you are all for me. I'm in. And just like that, all I breathe, all.
Okay, all those married less than a year, please make your way off the dance floor.
I'm still falling for you. Brighter than gold, this love, this love is like letters and bolts. This love is like
Okay, all those less than 3 years married, please make your way off the dance floor.
still falling for you. It took us a while, 'cause we were young and unsure, with love on the line. What if we both would need more?
Okay, anybody less than 5 years, please make your way off the dance floor.
And just like that, all I breathe, all I feel, you are all for me. I'm in.
Okay, all those less than 7 years, please make your way off the dance floor.
No one can lift me, catch me the way that you do. Still falling for you.
Okay, 10 years, please, if you can make your way off the dance floor.
Love you like this, like a first kiss, never let go.
15 years off the dance floor.
We got falling for you.
Okay,
Falling for
20 years off the dance floor. Hey, we've got some strong marriages here. some marriages we can all look up to. Okay, ready? 25 years. Please, if you can make your way off the dance floor. Sean's looking very strong there. Sorry, Andrew. Good innings. Please, if you can make your way off the dance floor.
This love is like letters and bolts. This love is like out of control. This love's never growing old. You make it new.
Okay, this is a big number here. 40.
It took us a while.
Anybody less than 40? Less than 40.
Unsure, with love on the line. What if we both would need more? But all your flaws and scars are mine.
Okay, we're getting to critical numbers now, so we're going to go up in ones. We also want to see our parents dancing a little longer. Okay, anybody less than 41?
Just like that.
Okay, 42. Anybody less than 40? Okay, we're on 42. On 42. Anybody can do better than 42 is on the dance floor right now. Woo! Okay, anybody less than 43? 43. Oh yeah, we've still got 3 diehards. 4. Let's go. 44. 44, please. Leave the dance floor. Wow. Oh, we've got a duel here. Okay, here we go. 45. Who's leaving? 45. 45. Woo! Oh, it's getting tight here. Right down to the wire. 46, please leave the dance floor. 46, 46. 46, are we sure you got your numbers right? No point cheating. Okay, 47, 47.
It took us a while, 'cause we were young and unsure, with love on the line. What if we both would need more? But all your flaws and scars are mine. So falling for you, so falling for you, so falling for you. And just like that, all I breathe, all I feel, you are all for me. I'm in, and just like that, all I breathe, all I feel, you are all for me. No one can lift me, catch me the way that you do. Still
Well done, everybody. Well done. Back on the dance floor. Let's go.